Hi, it's Lauren. So today we're going to do a lyric analysis of the song Hear the Beat. And I have the lyrics right here, so I'm just going to go through it and tell you what I meant because I've always wanted to know when artists write songs, what do they mean? And there are forums of people like guessing, but never anything from the artist. So I'm just going to explain it. So the first line is you can barely hear the beat. And I'm just likening the beat of a song to kind of like the beat of your heart or your life force or soul or whatever. And it matches the music because the music is very like minimalistic, not a lot of instruments. And yeah, next line is that's all that's left of me. And it's kind of alluding to like I used to be a more full person. The quote song of my life had a lot of instruments, and now there's only like this tiny beat left, like not much of my like life force left. And then it goes on, I used to be a symphony, like my song used to be full with all the instruments, but the melody died one note at a time. So every time you essentially silence yourself to please others, part of yourself dies, one of your like instruments dies, one of those notes dies, and then you're left with like this just hollow shell of a song or a person. Then the next one, I chose to trade my song for a more popular one. So that's all about authenticity. I had a song, it was mine, I liked it, but I wanted to be liked, so I changed it and it wasn't authentic. And I didn't have a lot of like myself left. All right, now you'll hear the song, there's another kind of layer added at this point. And that's why I say, hear that sound, that energy. It's a driving force inside of me. So yeah, it's part of that, like your self is coming back when you hear that. Without melody, there's nowhere to go. It's hard to follow your heart without your soul. So yeah, I think of the melody of the song as your emotions. So logic is great, thoughts is great, but without emotion, or if you're suppressing your emotions, that's like, I think of emotions as like if you're a car and the road is your life path, emotions are the gas that get you there, and thoughts are where you want to go. So you can have all the best thoughts in the world, but if you don't have the emotion, the car won't go anywhere. Yeah, it's hard to follow your heart without your soul. And so, yeah, it's hard to be passionate about anything in life when your soul is suppressed or your emotions are suppressed. Because I happen to think that emotions are a more authentic expression than words, because words can be manipulated, emotions just are. All right, so next part. Another layer is added at this point to the song. I keep getting these insecure thoughts that not doing a good job with this, and then when I do a good job, I'm like, can I keep it up? So we're just going to try to work through it. Hear that sound, that melody. Like I said, I'm reacting to the next layer. It's the reason I breathe now. So, like I said, that unification of like what motivates you to live, and then it's that like life force. It's beautiful, that can't be me. That's not the sound of a nobody. And it goes back to the beginning. It's like I liked my song, but other people didn't like my song, so I like gave it up and I changed it, and now it doesn't feel right. And obviously insecurity. It's beautiful, that can't be me. I mean, yeah, not thinking you deserve like good, nice things, of course. That's not the sound of a nobody. I've definitely felt a lot of my life that I've failed, that I haven't lived up to my potential or my expectations. And so sometimes I feel like a nobody, but worse, because like I feel like I have the skills and the talent, but then I've still failed, and that makes me feel even worse. But yeah, that's not the sound of a nobody, when when you love yourself and you're authentic, like, you can never be a nobody. All right. All right. Hear that sound? That is me. So taking ownership of your life, of who you are. I won't drown in your melody. I don't know if this is such a big pet peeve of mine, if I'm listening to something and then there's like if like two songs playing at the same time just like jars my nervous system like crazy. And so the brain kind of has to pick one, like, and so it's the idea of every person has their own song, and when other people's songs play, I like, quiet mine, or I don't focus on mine, I focus on theirs. And so drowning in the melody, I won't drown in your melody. Go criticize, tear me down, you won't silence what I have found. So yeah, so not letting other people's opinions basically destroy you. Not letting other people's melodies, other people's songs, other people's authenticity make you feel like you can't be authentic. And then so through this song, we've given up who we are, and then we found it again, right? And then we're like, I'm not going to ever let that happen again, because that was horrible. And that was unfair to me, to like have other people are more important, all that kind of stuff. And so now that we've gone through that journey, the next line is, if we can fully exist, then why aren't we doing it? I wish I could ask you the same question. Like, I've gone through this journey in the song. I gave up who I was to try to be a people pleaser, and then I heard it, and then I found that love and passion, took it back. I won't ever let anyone take it from me again, or I won't consent to anyone, to giving my power away to anyone. And now that I've gone through that journey, I'm like, wait, we can choose to either like live like the living dead or feel alive. Why do people live not feeling fully alive when they could? If we can fully exist, then why aren't we doing it? If we can exist like this, then why do we choose to live like this? When I say choose to live like this, almost everything drops out of the song, of the track that I sing to. And then the next line, I react to everything dropping out of the song. So what I say when I react is, so many people live like this with just that basic beat of keeping you alive and nothing else. Barely alive, never knowing the sound of their life. And it's just about how it's sad how people give their power away to other people, and they never even know who they are. AKA the sound of their life, their song. Because like I said, the song is like basically who you are, your authenticity, your life force, your soul, connection to source, whatever feels the best for you. And I do feel like so many people just go through life just following conventions, never knowing who they are, because they didn't feel like they were allowed to or too scared to. And it's just sad. I've lived like that, just, being good, doing the right thing. And it sucks. It sucks. My personal story about this a little bit. There's a lot. I mean, school for me, for example, I really do not like the education system. I don't really think it's the best way to learn. I don't think it's the best way to like find your place in the world. But I did really well at it, even though I didn't believe in it, because I was such a people pleaser. That's a hard situation, because you kind of have to go to school, unfortunately. But I just wish there was a better way to learn, and I know there is a better way. But unfortunately, the school system is all about power and control and taking your power away and not giving you a choice. I mean, you spend your whole childhood, adolescence, not having almost any choice. And I think that really takes a toll. I think that's a big reason why society is so messed up, because we take these kids and we basically tell them that they don't get a choice for like their whole life. And then when they finally do get a choice, when they're an adult, they've never had a choice, so they don't know. Also, I tend to be destroyed by people pretty easily. When someone judges me, I take it to heart. I'm not able to filter it out based on my experience. So when someone judges me, I just assume it's true. Even if my life experience directly, even if the judgment is unfair or my life experience directly contradicts it. So I'm in this like loop, and usually the other person's opinion wins, unfortunately. But I'm in this spiral because I'm like, well, I know this isn't true about myself, but they said it, so it must be true. And the core judgments that really trigger me are people thinking that I'm lazy or don't have a work ethic, or that the big trigger word is too comfortable. Because the reason it's so triggering is because I've really been suffering with a lot of mental illness, like really severe, since I was 15, but the last couple of years. And I've been suffering like crazy. And when you're suffering like crazy and then someone says you're too comfortable, what that does is, first of all, it makes me feel weak. It invalidates my suffering. And the reason it makes me feel weak is like, oh, I guess everyone suffers like this. I just can't handle it. What's wrong with me? And so, yeah. So this song basically is just a metaphor to never give your power away, always authentic, about freedom and having a choice to be fully who you are and not settling for less. So, yeah. Hope you guys like it. Thanks so much for listening.